The like the first 2 or 3 months where everyone was still inside, that was like it wasn't even about like trying to find work. It was like, are we gonna survive this? But then like once we started to understand the situation more, that's when I was like, all right, here's how I can move forward now. I'm an artist and animator based here in Chicago. I went to Columbia College here in Chicago. I majored in illustration. I'm a freelancer. I've done mostly work for music related projects, so like DJs, artists, stage visuals. I also do some art installations every now and then, including murals. I do conventions, at least before COVID, and then we're kind of slowly starting to get back to that right now. That was the one thing I missed most about the conventions. I got to travel to other states for that, so that was fun. I really don't know where my job will take me next. And that's the cool thing about freelancing because I can, like with the stage visuals, the first time I got that, I was like, whoa, okay, cool. So I have to animate something that's gonna be like on a big screen at a festival or at a venue. So the conventions were probably like the one thing that got hit. That's something I definitely couldn't do. But that also gave me an opportunity to really hone in my animation skills. My freelance didn't really stop, I guess I would say, because I work from home anyway. So I didn't have to be at an office or anything. So that kind of helped. I like traveling. I'll probably start getting to that soon once the conventions really start getting going. I mean, our industry is always evolving. So I saw this as like, because I didn't know if this was going to be like, if it was going to be like this for years, where like we're all going to be stuck inside. I try to find some positivity out of that. It's like, all right, I'm locked in here. What am I going to do? How can I still get productive? And that's what I did. I started to learn more animation skills. That helped me keep going once everything started to get back. I just like I have to adapt. Like I can't just like stop. I have to just figure out ways of how to keep going despite these new limitations or these new restrictions. I had friends who were saying that Emerald City, which is another big convention, got canceled, and we're like, oh, they canceled that. Are they going to cancel C2E2? They didn't. We still went, and it was a great show. But then, yeah, like literally right after, it just went. I've done a couple vending events recently now, but that was my last like actual comic convention. And yeah, pretty much all of them refunded us too, like because we have to pay to be there, and that's kind of like why I started moving more towards doing animation. Yeah, because of the lockdowns, I was just watching tutorials. I was like, I have time now, so let's expand my tool set. I mean, art's my passion, so like I'm not gonna stop with whatever happens, and I just wanted to make sure that that there was still like an art future. So I'm super into electronic music. I saw that a lot of producers and musicians were releasing more animated videos because they couldn't go out and film like actors or like be on set somewhere. So I noticed that there was like a shift in like more digital content. Or again, it was the future was uncertain at the time, so we had to still establish ourselves in this new world post or current and now post ish COVID. Things are getting back on track. Lots of projects, lots of work. Pretty much everyone that I've worked with online is out of state, so I don't have to really travel or anything. So I really didn't find any sort of difficulty really. So the murals we used to do like maybe one or two a year, and then we had like 5 of them in like 3 months. So we definitely felt like that change in like an interest for murals. There was like a small dip when COVID hit, but then it went higher after that. I've kind of been liking more of like really local vending, and it's like pretty much the same amount of money that you would get at a regular comic convention. So it's kind of like more so honing in on like on a specific market rather than going to a general comics everything. Those have kind of substituted the conventions that I missed out on. I kind of was gonna try it out when I started doing like all these conventions 2 years ago. I was like, maybe this will be it. But then COVID hit, so I was like, okay, maybe not. So then maybe I'll just keep focusing on everything else. And I think my direction right now is definitely with animation. That's something I really, really like doing. And I've been fortunate enough to get some good projects out of it early. And I'm starting to build a portfolio for that. So that's exciting. Remember vividly, like in college, saying like I can never be an animator. That is just not my thing, and now it's my thing. So yeah, definitely that, and the transition from strictly illustration to now illustration and animation. I did get one grant from an art organization that was helping local artists here in the Chicago area. Little support for during the pandemic, but that was it. That's the only one I got. I also bought a 3D printer that's right there. I still have to set it up. Most fun projects that I like to do, doing stage visuals for artists. If I could do that exclusively, like all the time, I would. I'm inspired by everything. So the more I'm involved with the arts, the more I feel like I can keep pushing my own art. I never would have thought I'd be an animator. All my jobs at the moment right now is like half illustration, half animation. Open yourself up more. I think that's what I did too. I kind of like explored new things. It could feel overwhelming, yes, but some of the best work that's out there comes from people who are the most restricted. Computer parts, this graphics card was like 3 times the price of what it normally costs, and then I realized that, oh my god, there's a shortage of them. But yeah, there's a shortage on everything. With pins, like I make pins with other companies, they had their shortage of pins. I did clothing for other people, and they were saying that there's a delay and all that. Some people reach out like, hey, when are those shirts coming in? I was like, oh, I don't know. Ask the manufacturer, the company that are actually doing that. I only gave them the design. There's like a difference between still having the parts and then not having the parts at all. Like with the manufacturing, they didn't even have it, so they actually had to wait a lot more time to actually get it. Whereas this, I just had to suck it up and pay more, and I still was able to get it. It just costs more. There is one that did hurt me directly. Sleeves for prints. They're hard to find right now. Like you just can't find them anymore. So yeah, there's a fine line there between if there's a shortage or if there's just none of it at all. That's how it is. The graphics card is a shortage, I think. You can still buy them. They're just more expensive. Whereas that, you couldn't even buy them. This is my website, colindresart.com. My portfolio is there. You can see all the stuff I've done. I also have a shop there. Find me online at Colindres Art, Colindres Arts, on all the social media platforms. It's the same for all of them. If you had to choose out of all those, go to my Instagram. Look at what you have and be smart and creative with what you have. And you can make something really, really cool. Like super cool. Like better than like a whole studio could probably make. So that's why I would say to artists who maybe feel overwhelmed, like do something that you work with what you have, and even if you don't have a lot, that doesn't mean that you can't make something cool out of it.